Hello guys, welcome to the 9th lecture of a Cursor AI for Advanced Users course, and in this video we'll actually try to complete our BlogForge app. Okay, so in the last video we did a lot of things, so let's quickly recap what we have built in the app so far. Auth is completed, UI is completed, allow users to create blogs, tags, attach tags with blogs, live preview, fix backend logic, drafts, and then feed, and then we also fixed a very important bug, basically fix active selection menu item on left sidebar. In this video, we'll actually talk about the LinkedIn Twitter with AI. So basically, whenever you have a blog, you would want it to, what the contents is written for a blog, you would want it to be converted to a content which can be published on LinkedIn or which can be published on Twitter. For that, we will make use of Gemini AI here, right? And then we'll finally fix our UI. So what does it mean by fixing the UI? So let me go back to our app and let's quickly open our app actually. And this is what our app looks like right now, right? So here in this one, or if I go here, or actually let me go to create a new blog, and this is where the buttons here, right, these doesn't kind of is matching with the theme that we have on the left side. So this is what we want to fix, right? So and then tags looks okay, draft also looks okay. Actually this should be this is fine, I'm not going to fix this. My blog, this is also fine. Feed is also fine, so we'll fix this one, and then let's go to profile. Profile also looks good. Okay, and actually, you know, here what you want to do, this generate with AI is fine, but when creating a new blog, I don't want these things, repurpose to LinkedIn or generate tweet thread or summarize. Actually, I want this to be here. When I go to my blogs and I can go inside this, and I can, when I'm editing, actually what it means that one version of the blog is already published, right? So at this point of time, maybe I can click on repurpose to LinkedIn, and what should happen is basically I have to put it somewhere in the UI, right? And summarize is not needed, right? Because description is something that we are capturing from the editor content and this title content as well. So summarize is not needed, but when we are trying with the repurpose to LinkedIn, it should basically show me a UI where I can see that, hey, my LinkedIn post for the current blog is kind of generated. And what will happen is that, for example, once the LinkedIn post is generated from your content, and maybe user wants to generate another one, right? So what we'll do is we will override the content of the LinkedIn post. So basically, for every post, there can only be one LinkedIn generation, and he can generate multiple times, but the previous one will be deleted, right? So like that. So, okay, so let's start. So we'll go to create a new blog. And here we will say remove the repurpose to LinkedIn or this one from the when creating a new blog. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a screenshot of this and pass it to Cursor, and let's start fixing this. Okay, so what I'm going to say is while creating a new blog, I don't need repurpose to LinkedIn or generate tweet thread or and summarize, right? I need it when I am editing a blog, right? Now I have to talk about these features. So basically what is that? LinkedIn repurpose to LinkedIn, right? Repurpose to LinkedIn. When editing a blog, a user can click on repurpose to LinkedIn, right? And it will take a prompt that will convert my blog post to something professional that can be posted on LinkedIn. Same, and for generating tweet thread, a prompt for generating a tweet thread, when user clicks on it, it should convert the blog post to a tweet thread and show it in the UI, right? So okay, so we have said in the new blog we don't need repurpose to LinkedIn, generate tweet thread and summarize. I need it when I'm editing blog. When editing blog is user can click on repurpose to LinkedIn and will take a prompt and will convert my blog post to something professional that can be posted on LinkedIn. So it should not convert my blog post, but actually it should create a LinkedIn post that is separate from my blog, right? So basically in the edit blog UI, I will have LinkedIn. I can have LinkedIn post, Twitter thread, and my blog post, right? So this is one thing. And then again, what we want to do is one blog can have only one LinkedIn post, not mandatory. Yeah, so it can have one LinkedIn post max, right? One tweet thread max, right? And show it in the UI appropriately, right? So I don't know what UI should be there for the LinkedIn post when I'm generating, so I'm going to just delegate it to the cursor and see what it does for me. Okay, so let me press enter and let's see what cursor does. Okay, so looks like cursor has done. It has made it. You can see the plan as well. The plan was really good actually, and you can see all the steps that I wanted it to do. And let's now run the app and let's see what changes it has done for us. So okay, my app is running. I can go back, I can refresh here. So at the new post, I shouldn't see those. Then I can go to my blogs, I can go to Markdown for beginners. And actually this one, this account doesn't have much post. So what I can do is I can go to my other account where I created a lot of posts. So let me refresh here. I can go to this one. This is something that we wrote with a lot of heart. So let me edit it and we can see it here. So now let me try to repurpose to LinkedIn and let's see where the UI comes up, right? So this is going to be very interesting. And this is where the LinkedIn post is. So here's the LinkedIn post when the blog you provided, ready to level up your app development game with cursor. So this post is really good, and it is also given that you can put the link of your post here and share it directly on LinkedIn, right? So let me try with generate tweet thread. So and we have and this is the Twitter thread that we have. The JSON looks like this. So I think this is fine, but let me check if I can do something with this. So this is the JSON data, and what you can do is basically you can copy this and post as different threads on Twitter, but I would want this to be kind of not needing this JSON part to be rendered, right? So what I can do is I can just share this screenshot and just say that, hey, the things look good, but please make these changes. Okay, so I'm gonna say the tweet thread has what do you call, has JSON or brackets in the output. Please don't put them in the UI, right? So yeah, this is okay for me. So I'm basically saying that these things and these things are not needed, right? And we just need the threads, which can be directly posted on LinkedIn, oh sorry, on Twitter. And summarize is something we don't need, so we'll remove that as well. Okay, so yeah. And basically what you could have done is the LinkedIn post when you repurpose to LinkedIn, maybe when you click on it, the UI can come up on top of it or something like this, but for now I'm happy with this one. Okay, so let's go back. So it has made the changes and we have to accept them. So I'm gonna say keep, and review next file I'm gonna keep, right? Then I'm gonna run my app, and let's try it again, and let's go back and let's refresh this. And all my Twitter thread is not there. Why? Let me regenerate it once. And yeah, this is my Twitter thread. If I refresh this, is it getting saved? It is getting saved. So yeah, this is fine. Right, so our feature is complete, and we have a lot of things like this. This is beautiful, and summarize something is not needed, so I'll just remove this and maybe just try to remove it by manually. So we are going to search for it, summarize, and summarize. It should be in edit.html, so we're going to go there, and I think this is the button, right? So let me put a comment here, and let me save this, and let me refresh, and I guess I have to kill my app and run it again. Okay, so I'm gonna say please kill the app and run it again for me, right? And actually these small things you should do it yourself, so that you're not taking the help of AI every time, even for running this app, but we are doing it anyways, so it's fine. Okay, so let's run it and let's go back, let's refresh this, and summarize is gone. And now we have two beautiful buttons, right? We have a Twitter thread and we have a LinkedIn post. What we have done is, when we click on repurpose to LinkedIn, it should maybe scroll the user to the bottom of this, where he can see the post. Whenever he clicks on generate tweet thread, it should scroll the user to this place. This is also a very nice addition. Okay, we are not going to do that. So our AI part is also completed. We have multiple AI which we are using here. One is generate with AI, generate tweet thread, repurpose to LinkedIn. Okay, so the next part is fixing the colors of the button as per the UI. So I'm gonna pass this UI and go back and pass this to cursor, and I'm gonna say the buttons doesn't match with the theme. Can you please make it look consistent with the orangish UI that we have built so far, right? So this is also a very quick change the cursor should be able to do, right? So basically what I'm saying is these buttons should be kind of matching with we had something in my blogs, right? So here this button, right? So it should be kind of consistent with that UI. So where we were in blogs, and inside the edit part, and inside we can go to edit, and this is where we wanted to see it, right? So let's go back, and it has done those changes. Okay, let's see now. Okay, so let's run the app, and I'm going to say run it now, and then we're going to go back and let's refresh now. Let's refresh. What is happening? I think it's probably trying to run, so just wait for a minute and it should work fine. Okay, so looks like it's running now. We can go and refresh, and if I refresh and my buttons are really bad, so this should be in orange color. So this is still fine. No, this is not fine. And actually let me quickly inspect this button and let me check the color. So color should be orange, but it's not coming properly. So what I can do is I can just pass the screenshot and say that this is how my buttons are looking right now, and go back and let's go to cursor, and the buttons are not consistent with the UI. I can't even see the repurpose to LinkedIn text. Okay, so these are small fixes that cursor should be able to do fast. So let's quickly see that. So looks like cursor has fixed it, or maybe let's see, we'll verify it via UI again. Okay, so now let's reload our UI, and this time our buttons look good and even generated with AI. I mean, it's not that pretty, but it's okay. Our things are done. One thing we don't have is basically, if I go to my feed, we want the search option to be there, right? So this search option, basically it needs a semantic search for this post. But right now we only want to do, what we want to do is basically, if I'm searching here for something, let's say AI courses, right? So basically what we'll do is we'll copy, we'll basically behind the scenes, this will filter out all the posts that have maybe in the title have this thing, in their description have this thing, or in the tags have this thing, right? Or even in the name as well, right? So this will be a very kind of a literal search. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna say and this search I only want in my feed right now. You can also have in my blogs or drafts, or basically even in tags as well, but we only want in this option to be in my feed. Okay, so let's do that. So what we'll say is go to cursor and remove the other things, and we'll say let's implement the search functionality in the feed. We don't want the search input to be shown in other pages. Okay, in the feed, show only the blogs which have or basically show only the blogs which have title, which show only the blogs where title, description or tags contain the text provided in the search, right? And yeah, so this looks fine to me, right? So this is also going to be a big change. So anyways, let's the cursor do it for us. Okay, so looks like cursor has made all the changes for us. So let me go back, let me refresh, and the search icon should be here, but yeah, we are not going to fix that. And actually, no, this search should be there. No, let me check. Markdown, it's not doing. So if I do Markdown and nothing is found, if I do AI courses, then there should be one search for that. And actually this search is already there, so don't take it from here. Let me go to my blogs, and let me tell this to cursor, right? So okay, so let's go back to cursor, and we'll say we already have the search input in the header. Let's use that, and it should be visible only in the feed page. Okay, so we don't need this extra search bar, right? We can use this one, and we should not see search anywhere else, right? So in creating a new blog profile, these places we don't need search, we only need search to be here, right? So let's go back and let's see. So looks like cursor is done. Let me quickly check my other changes it has done for us. So let's go back, let's refresh it, and this is where we have search blogs, tags, or author. So if I type beginners and press enter, so yeah, we have 3 search results for beginners. We can clear the search, and we have all the blogs here, right? In my blogs, I don't see the search. In my drafts, I don't see it. In tags, I don't see it. Create a new blog, don't see it. Profile, I don't see it. In my feed, I have the search bar. Okay, so this looks really good and our app is finally complete. So I'm very happy to say that we have completed the implementation of our app. And in the next video, we'll actually quickly do a recap of all the functionalities we have implemented, and we'll start doing some CI/CD integrations and also talk about version control and all those stuff. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thank you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.